It is this time when we all pay tribute to a student who exemplifies the quality of a leader, who is an outstanding student in all respects. The valedictorian is chosen by their peers and represents the qualities that ring true, the meaning of Raven Pride. In keeping with tradition, the valedictorian chooses a mentor, someone who has made a difference in their lives, to introduce them to the podium. I would now like to call upon one of the most respected educators, mentors, and community volunteers that I've had the pleasure to know, someone who sets a standard of excellence in education that we all aspire to achieve. I now will call upon Mr. Harold Hildebrand to introduce this year's valedictorian.
Thank you, Mr. Doyle. It's been a few years since I've stood on the stage and addressed a group of students like you. I would like to congratulate you on your graduation. You have been through 4 years, difficult years, and to make it to this point shows that you have the internal drive, the ambition, and the ability to face challenges. So congratulations. Now, John Doyle, a remarkable young man. He has many fine characteristics. Being devious is certainly one of them. You see, I only see John during the high-level math tutorials 2-3 times a week. So he knew when he asked me to introduce him that I had no idea at all of all the various problems, scrapes, and difficulties he might have had in the school that I could sort of evaluate. Good thinking. He's also very entrepreneurial. A few years ago, when he and his family volunteered at the Open Door Cafe, he and his brother produced a set of t-shirts for the people to wear with the Open Door logo on it, sold them. Most of us still wear those shirts. I think that endeavor continued on in the summertime when he had a little booth at the market selling homemade t-shirts with various logos on them. It's no wonder that he is planning to go to Queen's to study commerce. He is a well-spoken young man. He accepts challenges. Taking on high-level IB math is no easy walk in the park, as he will tell you. He speaks well. I wouldn't say he's opinionated, but he does have certain views that he defends very eloquently. I think he mixes well with students. At least I get the impression that he does. He approaches people easily, and taking commerce at Queen's may be one stepping stone, but seeing him operate around the school and knowing that he has the gift of gab, I expect that your valedictorian eventually is going to end up being a politician. Anyway, John Doyle.
Thanks, Mr. Hildebrandt. That was a good speech. All right. Good morning, class of 2022. Congratulations, we are finished. This crazy journey called high school has come to an end, and I couldn't be more proud in representing such an amazing group of hardworking, intelligent, and kind individuals. 4 years ago, we came to high school and embarked on a journey that will remain with us forever. And I have to say, I don't think there's any better group of students to be called the first full graduating class at Eastside Secondary School. We are the first full Ravens, and have set the traditions that have built this great school. Think back to all the memories we've made. Running cross country with Mr. Saunders, or on occasion walking it. Dissecting pigs and all the other wacky science experiments. And who could forget all those long, exhausting gym classes with Mr. Elliott? Canada's Wonderland trips, the Leader of the Pack musical, dancing to Peace Train, and pieing Miss Payette for the Christmas sharing assembly. Although our high school experience was adjusted with online learning, we adapted and found new ways to have fun. Whether it was taking class from the comfort of a hot tub, or providing entertainment by playing pool for the whole class to enjoy, we didn't let the pandemic dampen our moods. And Ravens, that's what true resilience is. In our senior year, we were given the opportunity to showcase our skills and accomplishments, of which there are many. Winning Bay of Quinte basketball finals, led by the two big men, Isaiah and Patty Clark. Winning Casa baseball, led by absolute superstars Trent and Maddox. The truly genius mathematicians, Josh, Yusuf, and Lin Chen-Yu, for competing at the Waterloo University Euclid contest and scoring outrageously high scores. The dedication of student leaders to put together spirit days that brought joy and laughter to our school. Online assemblies by Alicia Asid, adding to the depth of knowledge in our student body. Fundraisers which raised thousands of dollars for the food bank and life-changing medical research. And beautiful murals designed by amazing artists like Ingrid Cow and Insaf Lashari to show, or as Miss Vanderwall would delicately put it, to highlight our school culture. Ravens, this journey we have been on has been unique and not without its challenges. We faced change and many hurdles, both as a group and as individuals. But to quote the late great US President, Harry S. Truman, "A pessimist is one who makes difficulties of his opportunities, and an optimist is one who makes opportunities of his difficulties." To quote another US President, Bill Clinton, "If you live long enough, you'll make mistakes. But if you learn from them, you'll become a better person. It's how you handle adversity, not how it affects you." Everybody faces difficulties, but I believe that these challenges are valuable in helping shape who we are. Throughout my 4 years at Eastside, I've watched a community grow. Although we came from different neighborhoods and elementary schools, we became united in our efforts to learn and grow as a group. One thing that truly stands out about the class of 2022 is that we have the ability to work hard and definitely play hard. Think of all those improv trips with Mr. West, or the extracurricular activities that took place at the lacrosse games. And who could forget the Relay for Life? We crushed our goal to raise over $12,000. That's amazing, Ravens. Ravens, we also help each other out. I remember one day as I was getting out of calculus with Mr. Jackson, exhausted and hungry. But that day was my lucky day, because none other than Wes Bonner and his buddies were setting up a barbecue cookout from the bed of his truck. Thanks, boys, I really appreciate that. I also remember another time when I was coming in from lunch and saw none other than Mr. Bryson Carter himself, sporting an old school monk-style haircut. Almost looked as good as the mullet, I think. We also need to thank all the caring staff at Eastside, without whom we really wouldn't have learned much, let alone graduated. I'd like to give a shout out to all the wonderful teachers who answered our questions, put up with our antics, and cared enough to spend countless hours in class and after school. I truly have to thank Mrs. Babb for all the algebra help in grade 9. We all remember the gross amount of fun we had in Madame Patterson's grade 11 French class, or the tricks we picked up in Mr. Solomon's grade 11 functions class, or the tooling around with Mr. Culp and Mr. Grunig. Thank you to Mrs. Grisat for insisting we learn proper MLA 8 format, and to Mr. Matho for teaching us, or me, integrals again and again and again. Now, it has come to that time in my speech, in every valedictorian speech, where we're supposed to make a joke about how easy Mr. Botterell's class is. But given that I think he's away in California right now, I'll save that joke for next Wednesday. Thank you also to the fabulous support staff at Eastside. Q for getting us to class on time, Amy for her cheerful can-do attitude, and Dougie Weatherall for showing us that having a mustache can on odd occasions make you look better. I would especially like to thank 3 fabulous teachers who are retiring at the end of this year. Mrs. Sarah Simeone, who has worked diligently throughout her entire career teaching students the culinary arts. She has also had an integral impact at Eastside's cafeteria program. Mrs. Kathy Powell, who's done a wonderful job her entire career, working with some of the most special needs students and always making sure everyone has an amazing high school opportunity. She also happens to be a great singer, and let me tell you, she can bake a mean batch of cookies. And lastly, Mr. Dave Corbett, who has worked with some of the roughest and toughest kids at our school, yet always manages to turn them into fine young gentlemen. It may help that I've heard he can bench a small Buick, like it owes him something. Good luck to each of you, and congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. Graduates, whatever you decide to do in the future is up to you, but I can say with confidence that I believe each and every one of you is capable of greatness. You are the sole dictator of your destiny, but never forget you will have the ongoing support of those who love and support you. Sometime in the near future, thank your parents and guardians for the love they show you every day, because nothing, and I mean nothing, would have been possible without them. Your family has supported you throughout your school years, cheering you on and providing you with that all-important nudge in the right direction. Trust me, I know. Also take some time to thank that special teacher who has been a positive role model for you over the past 4 years. Thank your siblings for competing with you and pushing you beyond your limits. Thank your friends for sharing some great memories and laughs with you. Thank the principal, the office ladies, the custodial staff, and the special helpers for making Eastside such a special place. And finally, thank yourself for being you and being so amazing. Ravens, as we look back over our first days in high school, like many of you, I can say that I was feeling uncertain for the future, even perhaps scared. Will I fit in with my peers? Am I up to date on the newest Apple product? Will these scary grade 12 guys steal my lunch money? And ironically enough, as we end this chapter of our journey and embark on our next part of life, some of the same questions and concerns may arise. Will I be as smart as everyone else at my college or university? Will I be able to fit smoothly into a new social group? Will the Queen's University engineers steal my lunch money? That's the one that keeps me up at night, personally. In all seriousness, though, we are leaping out of our comfort zone just like we did 4 years ago. But I want to encourage you all, no matter where you are or what you're doing, to get involved. Ask yourself not what your community can do for you, but what you can do for your community. If you're headed straight to the workforce, think about volunteering at a soup kitchen or joining a recreational sports league. If you're going into post-secondary education, apply for a position at one of your school's clubs or join an intramural sports league. And if you're coming back for grade 13, be a positive role model and help the grade 9s transition smoothly into the realms of high school. It's your positive energy that makes a difference. A world where anything is attainable and everybody has an opportunity. In the words of Napoleon Bonaparte, great ambition is the passion of a great character. Ravens, good luck on all your future endeavors, and as always, you keep it fly.